All right, here comes an example where we have three pieces of information and we're asked to solve for a fourth one. In this case, angle B. So what we know is we know side A is 6, angle A is 42 degrees, and side B is 7. Let's draw it out. Okay, I always find it important that we draw it out and make sure we understand what it looks like. So there's B, it has a length of 7. Here's A, has a length of 6. And we're going to finish off that triangle. We're going to make angle A, and that is 42 degrees. And we need to solve for angle B. That's there. Yeah, everybody sees that? Good. All right. So we want to try to solve for angle B. Well, we have big A, little a. We have little b. That means we can use sine law. Woohoo! Okay, that's pretty simple, right? So we put it into sine law. We have 6 over sine 42. There's our two a's. We have 7 over sine b, our two b's. And we just need to now solve for sine b. Now, depending on how you like to do this, you can cross multiply and divide. You can do a little bit of algebra, solve for it, and you're going to come up with an answer, hopefully of 51.32 degrees, roughly 51 degrees. There we go. Let's plug that in. Perfect. All right. All done, right? Oh, we actually have what's called an ambiguous case triangle right here. An ambiguous case triangle means that might not be the only answer. There may be more than one answer. Let's see how that is. So here's our triangle again. What if instead of making the A value kick outwards, there we go, kick outwards, I made it kick inward. So now our triangle looks like that. Is that the same triangle? No, it's not. Is angle B the same angle? Ooh, doesn't look like it. But does it match all of our criteria? That it does. So, based on the criteria that we were given, there are two possible ways of drawing this out. That's why we call it ambiguous case. There could be two possible answers depending on how you draw it out. If we have a triangle that's drawn out, it's going to be pretty clear as to how it works and what kind of angle we're using. But when we're only given the dimensions, it could be either way. So let's solve for this one as well. The triangle's already labeled. We have big A, little b. We're using sine law again. And you might notice that it gives the exact same answer. Is that 51 degrees? I don't think so. What is 51 degrees happens to be that angle right there. Okay, so you can take a look at isosceles triangles and how the two different versions of this triangle would work out with isosceles-based triangles. But 51 degrees is that angle on the outside if we continue on line C, okay, in a parallel line there. And so, in other words, our angle that we're looking for, angle B, is going to actually be 180 minus 51. It's a supplementary angle to that. And so, therefore, that angle is actually 129 degrees. Careful with these. If there could potentially be two answers. There might not be, but there could potentially be two answers. There could be two answers. There could be one answer. There might even be no answers. Yeah, we have situations where there might be no answers as well. Check your work. If you get an error, it probably means there's no answers, or you did something wrong. That happens too. But there might be two answers, and so we have to be careful for that. All right, I hope this has helped you with ambiguous case triangles. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day.